Hey, welcome to Plant Sunlight Therapy, and today we're going to be repotting pothos. Pothos is one of the best plants to consider, especially if you're a beginner and you want plants in the house and you don't want to care for them or fuss with them. You just want them in the house so they'll grow. Pothos is the plant you should consider. Not only do they grow well, they'll thrive in bright indirect light, but they'll also survive in low indoor light. Pothos is rated among one of the best air purifying plants by NASA scientists, but plants inside the house in general just make the house look fresh. I got this pot on sale. I like the shape of the pot. This is actually a hanging pot. I'm not sure if I'm going to be hanging this plant. I don't like making holes in the ceiling or walls. And I'm going to recycle this gravel. I usually have gravel on top of my plants because I usually water them outside with the hose, and I don't want the water from the hose to dislodge any of the plants. But I try to recycle as much as possible. The dirt inside of this tray is recycled, and after a while you get a feel for what's healthy dirt or healthy soil. And then I just amend it. Basically, I just make sure that there is fresh potting soil in there, and then make sure there's good drainage. I use perlite or vermiculite. They're both volcanic glasses that help with drainage and aeration. The white things that I use this time is perlite, and I also use bark and sand, because sand helps aerate the soil and bark helps to absorb some of the nutrients, so not all the nutrients will go out with the drainage water. And then I just fill it up to a certain amount. This plant I just got just a couple of months ago actually, and look how much it's grown. This plant is maybe about $4.50. It's probably cheaper on the mainland, but everything in Hawaii is much more expensive. But this plant just took off, and I didn't really have it in that bright of an indirect light. It just grew, and I found out from experience, because I used to be the type that didn't want to disturb the root ball, but once the roots become entangled like this, you have to loosen them up, because it will continue to grow in that direction, in that circular direction, and it will just strangle itself. And then you won't really notice that it's strangling itself. You're just going to be wondering how come it's not really growing as fast as it used to be. And if you're going to plant a plant, you want it to look, well, you want it to look kind of lush. You want it to look nice. And once these plants are established, they're easy to upkeep. They can handle periods of dry, and they can handle if you overwater them. But just don't overwater them frequently, because then that will lead to root rot, and then there's problems with that. What I'm doing, I'm just wrapping the tendrils around the soil, because when the tendrils of the vine touches soil, each of these leaves, there's nodules or little nodes that will set down roots, and then this will make the plant much more lush, much more stronger. So I'm going to be putting down more soil on top. And the best thing about these plants, not only increasing your confidence in growing plants, especially for beginner plant growers, this plant isn't fussy, so I'm not afraid to use recycled soil. I freshen it up a bit with some new potting soil, and in about a week I'm going to be putting some light fertilizer in there, and that's going to be enough for these plants. These plants don't really need fertilizer. I'm putting sand on the top because this plant is going to go inside the house, and I want sand on the top of the soil to, when I water it, the sand is going to mix with the soil, at least the top of the soil, and it's going to be a little denser layer that will hopefully prevent the soil from being dusted out. Anyway, this is about a week after I repotted the plants. I repotted more than one plant a day. If I have my things out, I'm going to be as efficient as possible. But the plant in front of you, the one I'm picking up right now, this is the plant that you saw me repot, and look how it's doing. It's doing great. It's only been a week. All the leaves had pointed up and it looks lush. This other plant, which I didn't pot in front of you, this one is a big surprise because this one just took off. I had this in different places of the house, and look at this. It already sending down tendrils. It's already beginning to trail. Anyways, I'm trying to keep my videos short because people like shorter videos, videos directly to the point. I hope this helps you. Basically, just water these plants only when it's dry. These plants are easy to care for, easy to propagate. This Marble Queen is awesome, but I'm going to cover this one in a different video. Thank you for watching my videos. Aloha.